We are live, and here we are from the studios of the Happens podcast. I'm starstruck already. That's why I'm stumbling. Producer Tyler over here to my left. You can't see him. He's kind of doing his thing over there, but we are here. We are in upstate New York. You know, when I come on, I get such a thrill to talk to a lot of independent artists, a lot of well-established artists, a lot of anybody who's anybody. And tonight, you're going to love this. Well, if you know anything about hockey, you might know a little bit about this young lady right here. And we're very excited because she is an independent artist. She is in Nashville, if I'm not mistaken. Erin Alvey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Skip?
I am wonderful. I'm like all giddy tonight.
Me too. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you here. People are going to go, wait a minute. Is she the one that's on that Netflix series?
Amazon, Skip.
Inside the NHL, or is she the one that's married to that hockey player? Yes, she is. It's Filip Forsberg.
Yeah.
Is it Philip or Filip?
It's in Swedish, the pronunciation is Filip Forsberg, but in English, Filip Forsberg. So he goes by Philip if he introduces himself.
I love it. I love it. Now I can hear the little one in the background. He must be watching Dad on television.
He is. He's watching Dad, and he said, Skip, don't forget about me. So I'll bring him in to introduce himself.
Oh, that is so cool. Let's talk about you. First of all, you are in Nashville, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's your home.
In the heart of it right now, yeah.
Yeah, right in the heart of Nashville. I mean, aren't you in like the suburbs somewhere? Are you in Franklin or?
No, I'm not actually. I'm still in the city limits, but my husband and I lived downtown, like really downtown for a long time. And we moved, we're like 10, 12 minutes from the arena now. So it's still in the heart of it. Yeah.
So when you go to a hockey game, do you guys walk to the arena?
Oh, absolutely not.
I was going to say, wouldn't that be a little
drive? Yeah. And honestly, even when I could throw 2 stones and hit the arena, I still drove.
Yeah. And is that because people would recognize you and your husband?
Probably more him than me, but yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I don't think he's ever walked to a game, that's for sure. That'd be a bad idea.
No, probably. And I don't think he would want to before a game. He's probably got a certain routine down, and walking is not part of that.
No, he's actually not a big walker for as intensive and physical as his career is. If I ask him to go walk with me, he's like, let's just hang out with that. So not a big walker.
I love it. But let's talk about you for a little bit. Let's talk about your music. How long have you been playing music?
Long time, actually, almost about 10 years now. So I started when I was just out of 19-ish, and I came to Nashville to record my first EP, and it's just been kind of a journey ever since then. After the world shut down for a bit, I took a step back and started writing here in Nashville with so many songwriters. So that's kind of what I've been doing for the past couple of years. I think many might have thought I took a break from music, but in reality, I was just focusing kind of on my craft and writing more so than touring.
Yeah, you're not alone. A lot of artists that I've spoken to have said almost that exact same thing, that, I was still there. You just didn't hear me because.
Yes.
You were working on a lot of things and maybe putting a lot of music in the closet, so to speak.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot in the vault right now.
Exactly. The vault, the closet, whatever you guys call
it. Forever. Yeah.
Exactly. Tell us about, I know the latest single, it's called End Badly.
Yeah.
Maybe Skip could happen with that. I mean, it's just like ends badly.
It's a little bit of a darker twist, I feel like, on a love song, which is a lot of what this EP is. The EP is called Questions and Answers, or Q&A is what I'm referring to it as. Mm-hmm. And it was stemmed from that quote, there are years that ask questions and there are years that answer. So it's kind of like the past however so many years of my life where some of those years were question years. This single, the first of the 6, is from a question year, essentially. It's from when I first met my husband. When we first started dating, I was like, oh no, if he doesn't wreck me, if we break up, if this is a right person, wrong time scenario, he's going to be the one that got away and I'm going to be in love with him forever. So it's a plea, I'm so in love with you. If you break up with me, there's a line that says, please cheat on me. Do anything that will make me hate you, because if not, this is going to really end badly.
Yeah, I'm going to play a little bit of that right now. So let's see. Hopefully everybody can hear this.
If it's too good to be true,
this is so cool.
It probably is. And when it comes to you, it's good as it gets. Must be why every time that you tell me that you love me. I start to think crazy things, like a slow goodbye is coming. So if you ever break my heart, boy, you better cut it deep. If you make me fall apart, you better do it piece by piece. If you ever leave me, promise you won't let me down easy. When it ends, let it end badly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More.
Wow. Now, have you been able to get out to radio stations and say, hey, here's my song. Will you play it?
Not in person with this song. In the past, I've done it. And I honestly,
the radio tour thing. I got
my favorite. I had the best time because honestly, like it's where, I don't know, it's people that actually care. It's people that will hear a lyric. Like I can tell, like you will listen to a lyric and you can say like, this is what's going on, versus often when you're playing shows, I think it's more of a transfer of an energy and maybe less of a lyric, emphasis. So there's something really cool about radio. I really have always enjoyed like touring on radio.
Yeah, but it's crazy hours though. When you go out to visit radio stations, more than likely, you are visiting during the morning show.
Early, very early. Yeah, people on their way to work. Yeah.
That's crazy. But for an artist, that is not your normal hours. I mean, you guys are usually at the other end of the day.
Yeah.
And especially with you with the hockey games and maybe the celebration afterwards.
Yeah. Well, let's hope. Right. That's always a win if so. Yeah. Yeah. We're kind of night owls. I am. My husband's actually, he adores going to sleep, but I'm a night owl. So yes, when we were going before, my previous life, before married with a child and my husband, I definitely remember some late nights turning into early mornings with the radio station. So it was fun.
Wow. Now you've been playing in Nashville for the last 10 years, you said.
Yeah. I've lived here for about 7, 8. It's been a while.
So the whole time that you've lived there, obviously you've been playing there. Have you been down on Broadway? Have you played some of the venues down there, or do you kind of avoid that area?
Yeah. I felt like my first management when I came here kind of deterred me from Broadway, just because it's one of those things. It really is a hard, I don't know. It's hard on the artist. You're playing in not the best circumstances. You're playing cover bands. You become a glorified cover band a lot of the time. It's smoky. Not that they allow smoking inside, but it's smoky. It's, it's just a different dynamic. It's it can beat you up. I actually don't think I was strong enough to play on Broadway like that. I think that a lot of those artists, like I said, fall into becoming a cover band, and that's what I essentially was doing on the road. So that's why I had to take a step back, as I'm sure a lot of artists do. Is I didn't know who I was becoming other than just a party starter.
Right. And that's, if you're down in Nashville, that's on Broadway. That's pretty much.
And it's an art. Those artists are, they're strong.
Yeah. Erin, have you been to like the Station Inn, or have you, the Bluebird? Have you played the Bluebird?
Yeah. So I actually used to live behind the Bluebird. I've never played Bluebird. I've played a couple different listening rooms in town, but it's weird. My career was very heavily outside of Nashville, like the busiest parts of my career. And then I almost got, I don't want to say forced into Nashville, but I definitely got my hand tied where they were like, you're touring, you're full time doing what a lot of artists are, wanting to do here in Nashville. I was fully booked out for a long time. But like I was saying, I became a cover band. I had no time to write, and I was writing my own music, and I didn't have the ability to write with songwriters here in town, which, as you know, this is where the most talented people are.
Absolutely.
So having my chance to come to Nashville and like put my roots down and actually take advantage of what this beautiful town has to offer was pivotal for my career. But it did, I don't want to say slow me down, but it did change the trajectory of my career entirely.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to be able to show off your craft. Yeah. I mean, you've got your own talent, your own thing. You are unique as Erin Alvey. This is you, and this is what you do, and this is how you sing, and this is how you write.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. You get down on Nashville. I mean, I keep saying Nashville Broadway, but you get down on Broadway. I mean, I've walked that street.
Yeah.
I've walked that street. I've crawled that street.
I hope so. Yeah. You did it right, man.
It's crazy. The last time my wife and I were in town for the NASCAR race, it was a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was a late Saturday afternoon. We got back to the hotel, and I was like, you know what? Let's take a walk over on Broadway.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake. It was crazy. The bachelor parties, the bachelorette parties.
Oh yeah.
I would say this, and I know, and the kids, and I get it. I've been there, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't my scene.
It's a monster in and of itself. It's like I said, the artists are the strongest people out there because they're, you have the person in the back who's drunk yelling, "Freebird, sing Freebird." You're like, I don't want to sing Freebird. Yeah. This is personal. I don't know if you're gathering. This is a very personal experience.
Tyler, don't yell Freebird, please.
Yeah. That's essentially what you're up against. And then when you want to sing your own song, people aren't there listening to your lyrics. They want to party.
They're just partying. And that's so rude. That's why if you go to the Bluebird, you hear a pin drop.
Yes.
Because people that are in that room, been there, people that are in that room are listening. They want to hear the lyrics. They want to hear the chords. That's what they want. And
that's what's beautiful about Nashville. Is you get both. And like I said, I love the party downtown. Fun fact, I've never drank before. So for somebody who really enjoys Broadway, you'd think that's an oxymoron because I'm doing it sober every time. But I really enjoy the energy in Nashville, whether that be the Bluebird, the Listening Room, Cafe, Broadway. There's something so special about Music City.
But you've seen Music City develop over the last 7 or 8 years like never before. I mean, I know you live there, but I've been going there for different events through the radio and the country music. And just over the last 20, 25 years to see the change and everything's going up. And, from year to year, it's like, where did that building come from?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. The first time I came was, 2014-ish. Mm-hmm. It was the buildings didn't even exist. In fact, the building that my husband and I first lived in together didn't exist when I came here.
Wow. Well, so I can hear Felix in the background.
Yeah.
Dad's doing real well on the ice.
I think we're losing. That's why he's yelling.
Dad, get up. Get up.
Come on. Yeah.
The funny thing is, I know he's a left wing.
Yes.
Right? For the Predators. I played left wing.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of things people don't know about me. Whether I could do it nowadays, probably not.
Well, were you left-handed or right-handed?
I was, I think I was right-handed.
Okay.
So
that's rare. A left wing, right-handed.
Left-handed. You're right. No, I had to think because it's been so long, but I was left-handed. I haven't put a hockey stick in my hand in God knows how many years.
Well, my husband's a right-handed left winger, which apparently is rare. Not rare, but it's not as common. I think it's more common to have a left. I don't know. If anybody knows hockey better than me, please don't come at me. But I'm pretty sure I've gathered that or picked it up. Somebody has told me that, maybe my husband. So,
we're talking about you and your music, but talk to me a little bit. What is it like to be the wife of a hockey star, NHL star?
It's wonderful. It comes with its hard things, which I don't think most people want to hear about, to be honest. There's a lot of things you could come up with to try and be, well, we have to deal with this and this, but for the most part, it's hockey as a community is very kind, humble. It's a classy sport. I know it's funny saying because they fight, but there's something about the community in hockey that I feel so incredibly lucky to not only be a part of, but now raise a son a part of.
I was talking to a friend of mine tonight. I'm just going to pull it up here real quick and not to change the subject here about the music, but big fan of the Predators. And her name's Chrissy. And I said, hey, guess who I'm going to have on my podcast tonight? We're going to be talking about her music. And by the way, she's the wife of Filip Forsberg. And she goes, oh, my God, please tell her that me and Kristen love her hubby.
Oh,
and they need to get their crap together.
Yeah, like I said, I think Felix agrees.
Is that what's going on? Yeah.
I can't criticize. I can skate, but I can't hold a hockey stick and skate. Can't lift the puck. So I'll let him focus on hockey and I'll work on music because I can't criticize anything.
Now, how do you've got your schedule. Mm-hmm. Philip's got his schedule. Mm-hmm. How do you make that work? It's got to be like you're on opposites.
To an extent. But I will say, as somebody who's very proud to have kept working, and doing my career, my husband and my child definitely are my priority. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean music takes a back seat. I think my career is also my priority. But there's a balance. There's a give and a take that's constantly there. So that's the reason I don't tour right now. If I were to tour, it would be this summer. It would be when my husband and my child would be with me. And that's not something I resent whatsoever. Like, it's something that I find.
That's so awesome.
I wouldn't even call it a sacrifice. Because like I said, it's something that I enjoy. I choose to do. My husband would be so supportive if I wanted to take Felix with me on the road right now. But in reality, it's not where my heart is. I don't want to be on the road nonstop away from my husband.
Right. No, I get it. And it's got to be, being a dad, I know, but my kids are grown up and,
Yeah.
they're doing their own thing. But being a mom, you got Felix who's 6 months old, and to be able, you got to pack him up and take him to the game, and then you've got to carry him. You got the diaper bag. You got his juice if he needs it. It's like I don't know how you ladies do it.
He missed.
What's that?
Monday was the first game that he's missed.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been to every game before that, so it's been a little bit of a grind over here, but it's been fun. It's been really cool to see him at warm-ups and get to see he and Filip interact, on the ice and chat. So it's been cool.
Oh my God. He's going to have skates on his feet before you know it.
That's what everyone keeps telling me. But like I said, I think he's going to be captain of the chess team. He's going to be a scholar. He's going to be a bit warm. Yeah.
I disagree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a boy. He's going to be daddy's boy. And even when it's time for Filip to hang up the skates, he's going to be coaching Felix.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, just give me 1 second. He's with people, but let me just make sure he's good.
Go ahead. But we're chatting with Erin Alvey. What do you think of that, Tyler? That's pretty cool. Yeah, get right up to the mic. Don't be afraid of that mic. I'm just saying, Tyler's our producer and kind of helps me out in certain situations here in the studio of the Skip Happens podcast. But Erin Alvey, really cool. Being an artist, the song is out there, and of course, it's called Undeadly. You can check that out. And she's had many other singles out there. This Felix is not happy. I can tell you right now, Felix is not happy.
Felix says, "Guys, the Predators are losing."
And there he is.
Say hi, Skip.
Hi, Felix.
Felix.
Oh my Lord.
Felix, sorry about that, guys.
No. I was just, you got your hands full, and I give you so much credit being who you are and living your dream and your whole situation. And look at that. He's absolutely beautiful.
Happy now. He said, "Skip, thanks for letting me come on."
Hi, Felix.
You have friends with him, so he's not alone in there, but he was just, hanging out.
Yeah. Do you have pets?
No, I am my husband's pet. I make messes. No. Yeah, my husband's allergic, so we don't. I wish.
He is adorable. Oh my gosh, look at those puffy cheeks.
Oh yeah, he gets that from mom.
Yeah. Now, where are you originally from?
South Georgia.
South Georgia.
Yeah.
Now, do you have family still there?
Yes, my whole family for the most part is down there.
Mhm.
I have a sister out in Vegas and then a brother in medical school in Ohio, but besides that, my family is in Georgia.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. How, if I may ask, how did you guys meet?
So through mutual friends. Do you know the company Boot Barn? They have a location on Broadway.
You know, Boot Barn.
Yeah.
No, very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love Boot Barn.
Yeah.
So they asked me to model for them a couple of years ago. I was doing e-commerce for Boot Barn.
Mm-hmm.
And I met one of the teammates' wives, Ellie Yossi. So Roman Yossi is the captain of the team, his wife. And I think that's how Filip saw me, essentially. And then he messaged me on Instagram and brought me to Dave & Buster's 2 days later. And here we are with this guy.
Now, where did he propose?
In my childhood front porch, my childhood home front porch.
How?
In the pouring rain. So it was pretty romantic.
No, seriously, that is pretty cool. And I was reading a little bit about it because he had a great article in People magazine.
Yeah.
What was it, 2 years ago you got married? Was it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit about that day, because what I saw in People magazine was absolutely beautiful.
It was a really nice day. It was something that, they always say you hope that your wedding is the best day of your life. And I'll say that Felix's arrival trumped that day for both of us. But up until then, our wedding day was really something that was so special to us. We had our loved ones, our friends, our family there. And it was, it was really special. I'm really thankful for both of our families and, our friends who came.
Absolutely. Now, being an artist, did you have an artist sing for you?
Yes. So I don't know if you're familiar with Cascada.
Yes.
I don't know who couldn't be. She really is like the biggest of all. But
Yeah, no, no, no. I know that, I'm trying to think. Didn't she had a hit?
Every time we touch, I
Yes,
get
every time we touch.
and
Played
that's
it.
you like the dance floor.
Yes. Oh my God, you know her?
Yes. Yeah, so she actually was she was like my idol growing up. I really loved her name's Natalie. And I
Yeah.
was such a fan of Natalie. She was part of the reason like I really loved music, I think.
Mhm.
And I actually we linked up years ago and I was in country. I was touring a lot at that time and we connected, I think, over Instagram. And she became truly one of my closest friends ever. And it got down to, even before I knew Filip, I've been close with Natalie and she came to the wedding, or it came down to the wedding. And Filip said, "What do you want to walk down the aisle to?" And I said, "I think I want to do it to the acoustic Every Time We Touch. It'd be really cool. Natalie's going to be there. I'd love to do that." And he, behind my back, because there's never in a million years would I've asked her, he asked her if she would sing it acoustically as I walked down the aisle. And she said, I don't really do that, but yes, I'll do it because, she's been such a part of my life. I remember going to her for boy advice, for career advice, for so many different things. So that was more emotional to me, I think, than anything that she agreed to do that. And she, of course, she's stunning. Her voice is amazing. So
Oh, no, no doubt. Wow. Does she live in Nashville?
no, she lives in Germany.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, that's right. She's in Germany. So she made the trip over here for you.
France. We got married in France, actually.
France.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't as hard, but like I said,
Very cool.
She's been, to the US before. We've spent time together here as well, but she's just a great friend, a great person, and an insane artist.
Now, have you had so it's just an EP that you have available. You haven't really laid out a whole album as of yet.
I don't know if I will, Skip. It's one of those things. This industry has become so, I guess at my level, it's kind of it would be kind of a monster for me to release an album. I think that I haven't established myself enough, which is funny to say after 10 years, but I think you have to be one of the bigs to release an album right now, as far as like what you're getting in return. So right now we're recording a ton of songs, but releasing them as singles. So I think that
It's a good idea.
Attention a little bit better. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'll ever end up doing a full album, but I know I have enough songs for an album. So we'll see how this one does first.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, have you been called on to sing the national anthem at a Preds game?
I've done anthems. I literally felt like I became the anthem singer for a hot minute. Every time we toured, my management at the time would not make me, but they would sign me up to sing the anthem at every arena in the area. So when we were playing shows in Baltimore, I was singing for the Orioles. Down in Tampa, I did the Lightning, the Tampa Bay Rays. I was even doing New York, the Yankees spring training. I was doing a lot of anthems for a long time. But I don't think I'd do it for the Preds. I think a little bit, to me, that's my husband's office.
Right. I get it.
He doesn't come skating in the studio. So I don't know. I'm sure he'd be fine with it. He's, like I said, he's a sweet, proud husband. But I don't know. It would have to be a certain circumstance, I think, to do it. But yeah.
Yeah. Have you, because of Carrie Underwood's situation with the Preds, or was, I mean, you get to know her and, I know
her through my husband and her husband. So they put together. And it's actually funny because my husband was announcing her at CMA Fest a couple of years ago, and her husband was back, Mike was back there. And he was like, "Hey," and he's like, "This is my wife." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're a singer too, right?" And at the time, like, Carrie's standing right there. And I was like, "No, no, I'm not anything. I'm a potato."
Oh my God, that's awesome.
She was, she is such a powerhouse. And they're
no doubt.
Yeah, and they really, so he and my husband played together for a couple of years, and so I can't say I've gotten to know her by any means, but I have met her, and she's very good.
Still, that relationship with the team and the players, and just the bonding that does go on there between the team players and everybody, and of course the spouses and the girlfriends and what have you. So
it's a family.
It is a family. Is it just hockey that you enjoy, or are you into any other sports?
No. So growing up, I loved baseball, football, but I still don't know, football's its own thing too. I liked football growing up, but never hockey. I didn't have hockey growing up in my life.
Wow.
It's been really fun. Now it's the only thing I have time for because it's so time consuming, but I love, I was a big Atlanta Braves fan. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're in the Northeast, so you've got the Mets, you got the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, what are you
there? So what's that?
What are you a fan of?
Mets.
Okay.
And we gave it a good shot. We are a big baseball family.
Okay.
And I work for the Mets part
Very
two.
cool. That's very cool.
They're announcers at the stadium. We're the AAA affiliate of the New York Mets. So I get
Very
the
cool.
opportunity every once in a while to go in and do the PA. But before the Mets, it was the Nationals. And we used to house players. I mean, where this podcast studio is now used to be a room for the players.
Oh, that's cool. You're little billets.
We were one of those that would just, hey, you need a place to stay. Come on over, just put food in the cabinet or the fridge. You're good to go. Enjoy your stay, because I mean, a lot of these players, I don't know how it is with hockey, but a lot of the baseball players, they're Latino. They don't know, they don't speak English. They're here playing ball because that's what they know how to do.
Totally.
And so it's like, we got to know them very well. We, throughout the years, and they used to live with us, and we became friends, and we still keep in touch. And a lot of the players, for example, with the Nationals, went on to play in the World Series that actually lived here with us. So that was pretty cool. Then we had all the young ladies in the neighborhood driving by.
Exactly. Well, like this fun fact then, Chipper Jones actually started my career.
No. Tell me about it.
So I wrote a song for the Atlanta Braves because I was a big fan of the Braves.
Yeah.
And I wrote a song and asked Chipper to be in my music video. And he tweeted about me as an artist. I hadn't even really announced myself as an artist yet.
Yeah.
And sorry, diaper boy. And yeah, he tweeted about me. And then that's how I really started my first tour. Oh, sorry, Papa.
Uh-oh.
Let me return him and see if he'll go back to our friends really quick.
Oh, I know. You do what you gotta do. This is an interesting conversation. What if you could ask her anything, Tyler? What would you ask her? They can't see you because you're not on camera. But
I just want to point out, you might be good luck because Forsberg has gotten an assist since we started this conversation.
Forsberg, he got an assist tonight, so that's good. That's good. I don't know. Maybe that's why Felix was like all excited. Hey, your husband got an assist.
Oh, we did? Okay, good. Maybe you're my good luck.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I think so. Yeah, is he okay? Because we can wrap this up here.
He's absolutely great. He was getting hungry and he was tired of talking. I apologize. Sometimes he's talking to him, and then I think now he's just hungry. So
if you don't know, if you're watching this right now, it's Erin Alvey. She's married to Filip Forsberg of the Predators, but left wing. But she is an independent artist. She has been doing her thing for quite a while. She's just doing the right thing, not only being an artist and married to an NHL star, but let's talk about your Prime Video reality series. It's Face Off inside the NHL. I think it was you, your husband, and even Felix was on there.
Felix made his debut. They're there like, I want to say it was like 12-ish hours or so after he was born. So he made his little debut on TV pretty quickly.
Wait a minute, 12 hours after the kid was born?
Yeah, what's funny is they were actually planning to come with us to the hospital. We did ask not during the delivery, and they're like, okay. They understand.
Like, hold it. No, let you need to wait a few days.
Feels a little. It's my first time. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they came. They let us settle in, and then they came not long after. So he was pretty quickly thrown into this world. But
well, that's pretty exciting. So, is there more to come with that series?
I don't know if I'm able to say yes or no. I'm gonna hold back on giving you an answer for that. I hate to do that, but I'm not sure. I think that's what I'm legally allowed to say. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
I know no matter what I do, you're not going to tell me. I get it.
Well, honestly, it's truly, I think that you never really know. Mike, I don't really know for sure.
Well, let me just put it this way. I hope it does. All right.
It was cool.
With that. It's very cool. And those shows like that, when they do the reality series, it's very cool because it gives everybody a look at what's really going on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Stuff most people do not see. So
yeah, the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, it's definitely
it's almost like what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah, sorry, you've seen the good. Yeah,
we've seen it all. We've seen a kid.
Yeah,
he had his binky. I don't know. Call it binky.
Yeah,
binky. Where's his binky? There's
whatever it is. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. And we hear about real life, and this is what it's really like. And you're a real person, regardless who you're married to, what you do. You still shop at the same stores. You still go and get gas. You still, you got to do all that. So
yeah, it's definitely. I think that's what's cool. It brings us all. Nobody's really that different than anybody at the end of the day.
In your relationship with your husband, who's the better driver?
That's a good one. I'm not like a great driver as far as like I don't have a perfect record, but nor does he. It's funny because he didn't start driving until I think it was closer to 20.
Wow.
And I've been driving since I was like 15, so I had more time on him and I've driven more places around the US, but I don't know. He's a pretty good driver. I'd give it to him.
Do you remember the first time you were ever on stage? How about the first song you ever wrote?
Well, I remember the first song I ever wrote. It was on my parents' beach house in Tybee Island, Georgia. I told my cousin had told me, if you write 5 songs, I'll take you to Nashville. So I remember getting off the phone with my cousin and I ran outside to my dad, who was outside on the rocking chair or whatever. And I was like, Dad, I need to write 5 songs. And he was like, okay. And I kind of dabbled in songwriting, but nothing substantial whatsoever. And my dad and I wrote a song. Pretty sure the first song we ever wrote was called Pickup Truck, or I don't know.
Was it good?
Absolutely not, Skip. The money I spent on those songs is hilarious because I recorded them. One was called Out to Break Hearts Tonight. And I remember writing the song about me and my girls out to break hearts. And my co-writer was my father, my wonderful, wonderful father, who's now 69 years old. So it's funny that he was singing, helped me write songs, but he's just, he's very intelligent and he's very good at word crafting. So he helped me. So my first songs, like it's kind of holds dear. That was with my daddy on the front porch. So it was fun.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
I get it. I know I'm the father of 3 beautiful daughters.
Oh, girl dad.
Yeah, I'm a girl dad. Plus my wife and I now, we have a son that's soon to be 24 and he's Down syndrome.
Okay.
And his name is Zach. So he's just, he's a huge baseball fan and all that.
Cool.
But just being a girl dad, I mean, that had to be so cool.
Oh yeah. I love both my parents just the same, but definitely there's always something about, father. And
so are you like the only child?
if only I'd be so lucky. No, actually I'm very, very thrilled. I have 4 siblings. I'm one of 5.
All right.
So my dad's Irish Catholic and my mom's Utah Mormon.
Oh boy.
So we never went to church either side, but they had a lot of kids and we had a lot of food in bulk at the house. It was wonderful.
So what's the balance between boys and girls?
2 boys, 3 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful. I couldn't even imagine my life without one of those siblings.
Where do you fall in that line? Whereabouts are you?
Yes.
It's
I want to see what you're going to say.
You want me to guess?
Yeah, guess.
You want me to guess?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say you're the second to the youngest.
That's so good. Yeah, I'm second to youngest.
Really?
That was really impressive, Skip.
Okay, very cool. Very
cool.
Cool.
It goes girl, boy, me, my little brother. Yeah, second to youngest.
Did you have to exchange like with your sisters where they're like, did you fight over tops and pants and
Not at all. I was sandwiched between the boys, so there was.
Oh, so there's a lot. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think my sisters, they're 11 months apart, and I think the oldest one was 13 or 14 when I was born. So we have like a 13, 14-year age gap. And I was one of the boys, actually.
What do they think of your situation now? You're an artist. Here again, you're married to an NHL star. How do they feel about all that?
I think my lifestyle makes my entire family a little uncomfortable. They are the most private people I think you could ever imagine. My dad used to always say we were the Addams family because we were kind of just like tucked away. My parents have some family. Yeah, and like, but then my mom was just she's very bubbly, and
I love it.
I think that they were like, why would you want to be in the spotlight, or why would you want to be in entertainment, or why would you, like that's such an invasive lifestyle, and it is to an extent, but there's you get to share what you want to share and post what you want to post and go out when you want to go out and whatnot. But I think now like they're proud, but I think it's definitely uncomfortable. Like, for instance, when we were filming, I had some siblings and parents that had people around, and they're like, "Please, I don't want to be on camera. Like, please." So, yeah, we deal with a little bit of that, but for the most part.
Why did you take that picture?
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know. So, are you the only musician in the family?
In my immediate family, it's funny. My little brother is a much better guitar player than I am, and he has a great voice. He's insane, but he's in medical school, so he's not chasing music by any means, but he's very talented. So I actually would say he's a much better guitar player than I am. But no, I don't think anyone really went down that path.
Now, is the guitar the only instrument that you play?
Piano. My parents had me in piano every Monday at 3:30 p.m. for about 14 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And do
Piano.
you have a regular band that you play with?
So when I was touring, yes, a couple of them were brothers, and they all essentially were my brothers because we were together so much. And we've, not been able to tour for the past couple of years. So they're playing with other acts right now, and they're always a call away. So I do have people I could call, but right now, yeah, they're just in different places.
Mm-hmm. So right now you're in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband's playing in Florida.
Yeah, he'll be home tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, so he'll be home tonight.
Yeah.
So they get on the plane and they come right back after the game.
Yeah, thankfully. And he has an off day tomorrow, so we're going to spend the day, the three of us.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you do on your day off? What would you love to do? Breakfast.
Breakfast people. Yeah, so we like more brunch, probably like closer to 9 a.m. But we love going to breakfast, the three of us. So that's what we do.
I do have to ask, and I'm sorry if I keep going back on the hockey thing, but I just think this whole thing is really cool. You're very talented. He's very talented. You've got a beautiful family. You've got a nice place there in Nashville. But what I was reading is that Filip has a routine. He puts his skates on exactly at 7:07.
Yeah.
Or he gets up at 8:04. What was I reading?
Yeah, he wakes up at 8:08.
8:08.
Felix and I, we sleep in a little longer, but 8:08 is about the time we all wake up because of Filip. Mm-hmm. We all sleep in the same room. So yeah, 8:08. And then, a lot of the superstitious things, or I don't know, it's more of a routine than superstitious. He's not terribly superstitious, but the routine I didn't even know too much about, because it's not like I've ever asked my husband, hey, what time do you put on your skates? Is it the same time each day? So I always knew he woke up at odd times, but I never knew the extent of what happened once he left my door at 4 p.m.
Wow. So he heads out at 4 p.m. Let's say you got a home game. What's that? Usually it's 7. They drop the puck at around 7.
Yep.
So he gets there. I'm sure they probably give him something to eat. He probably has a little bit. I know they do with baseball players, a little bit of a warm up with the trainers. They do whatever they have to.
Yeah, no, he'll actually, he eats here. He eats the same thing. It's like a banana oatmeal and like a Swedish, it's like the Swedish version of it. Maybe a little bit of Swedish caviar on toast. And then he doesn't eat again until after the game. So his dinner is often at 11 p.m., 10:35. So
as we started the podcast, you said,
"Is that those yellow towels a mile away?"
Do you have these like in the bathroom?
Yes, I say it's like a matador, a bull and a matador. I was like,
the Hilton. No, but you know what's missing, and you got to tell Filip this. You know what's missing. I need a Predators hockey stick on this wall behind me now.
You do, especially because he adores dad jokes too. I can see everything behind you.
I do dad jokes every day on the air. It's something I do 2 times in the afternoon when I'm on the air. So I do a lot of dad jokes. And if he's got a good dad joke, you could just voice message it to me and I'll play it on the air.
There's nothing he adores more than a pun, which in my opinion is the lowest form of humor, but we'll go with it. I let him have it. So I'll get you a dad joke for sure.
I should do a pun on a Monday. It could be a pun Monday.
Pun day?
Pun day.
Yeah, I like it.
Actually, I hate it, but what do you think, Ty?
Do it.
This kid is so shy. He will not talk. He's just the producer. Say hello, Tyler. Just say hello.
How you doing?
Oh, you do exist. I thought it was his imaginary friend.
he's also a fan of the Preds, so maybe he's.
Good. Okay.
So,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
He's pretty quiet. It's like, how are you?
Not like you and I, Skip. You can't get a word in edgewise. What do you mean?
My wife doesn't want to hear me talk. She shuts the door when I go on. It's like, you just go. I don't want to listen to this. So anyway, no, this has been great tonight. I know you've got the little one there. I know you're a busy woman, just doing everything that you do. And the music is by far awesome.
Thank you.
It's just, you work hard at your craft and you never know what's going to happen. And you're so blessed because you're sitting there, your husband, your little boy, Felix. I mean, you are so blessed.
I know that, and I do not take it for granted whatsoever. So I appreciate you saying that.
And you got great people working with you too. I know Jeff personally. And Jeff, I love him. I seriously do. We have been friends for years. and some of the stories that he.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we get to hang out in February. We go to the country radio seminar in Nashville.
Yeah, cool.
And,
Well, let me know when you're here.
yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I'll definitely have. I see Jeff every year, so.
Okay, good. Seriously, I'm waiting for it. If I don't get a call in February, I'm going to come find you in Syracuse.
Oh, okay. Have you been to Syracuse?
Not yet. You can tell by the way I pronounced it. Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's funny. I don't hear the accent, and I have a lot of people that go, "Hey, I can tell you're from Syracuse," but that's how I say it, Syracuse.
Well, yeah, I hear she's from. Hey, Laura. Laura, what part of New York are you from? Rochester.
Oh, that's right over there. It's like half of my family lives in Rochester.
Really? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's over in Rochester.
Yep. And the artist I had on last night, and I said, "Okay, where are you from?" And she goes, "I'm from Oswego." And she was born and raised in Oswego. Oswego is about 45 minutes north of here. I go, "Are you kidding me?" So it's a small world.
It is a small world.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah, 5 years from now, where do you want to be?
Ooh, I love that question. Okay, so personally, I hope that this EP reaches as many people as it is meant to reach. And my dream would be that I can continue writing throughout the year while my husband is playing. And in the summers, we can tour. I also would love to perform again. I loved being on stage. I love the whole atmosphere and such. So I'd love to be able to do that however that looks so that my son and my husband can be with me.
Mm-hmm.
Family wise, I hope my husband has a Stanley Cup. That way the house can just be.
Oh, they were so close. Tyler's look over here shaking his head. They were so close at one time.
Yeah, one time. But we're going to get there. I'll tell you, they got fire in them. They'll do it. And then I hope my son is, president of the chess team club.
Oh, he's going to be racing down that rink, the red line, the blue line, the face off.
Hockey mom time is ahead of me. I just know it.
Yeah, I know. And hockey parents are very unique. I have 3 grandkids that play hockey. So
it's a thing.
It's a thing, and it's a crazy thing because there's a lot of traveling.
Oh yeah.
And their hockey bag stinks.
What my in-laws did for my husband is just to this day, I'm like, you guys are amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where did Filip start playing? Where did he start his hockey playing?
Well, like professionally?
Yeah, well, I mean, he must have worked his way up. I mean, was he in Sweden at the time? Or?
Yeah, I mean, he's Swedish citizen. He's just here on a visa. So so we spend our off seasons in Sweden.
Oh my gosh.
So the first time he skated, I mean, I'm sure the first time he skated was probably Sweden, but his dad was a professional hockey player in Norway.
No. Okay.
I'll make sure I said that right. In Norway. And so he was about 6 years old. So his dad was bringing him on the ice quite often at that age. And then his first professional team, he was actually 16. He played for his hometown of Leksand, Sweden, which we are both very fond of. It's a small from this town. It's amazing.
Is Sweden, like, I've never been there, but I see the pictures of the mountains, the Alps, the snow.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's beautiful and it looks very romantic. It's just everything about that is just,
Oh yeah. Sweden it's amazing. The people there are even more amazing. It's a really great country.
Nice.
They invented Spotify, which is like they're a monster when it comes to music as well. So they know their music.
So have you gone over there and played?
I've never played there. No.
Why not?
Played. When we're there, it's just more of an off season. We're kind of there spending time with friends and family. I'm definitely not working there. I also don't know if I'm legally allowed to right now. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah. With visas and such, I haven't.
No, I didn't even think about that.
Neither did I until all of a sudden my actions now affect my husband. So I'm like, oh no.
Exactly.
You got hit with the IRS. Oh, I forgot.
Oh man. Oh no. Now we're in trouble. We're in deep skip happens. So Yep. Erin Alvey, you're awesome. I love your personality. I love everything about you. The music is just phenomenal. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, you are blessed. Your husband's blessed. Man, I hope Tyler said he had an assist tonight. So
Tyler, you keep that good juju coming from the Reds.
It got ugly really quick.
It got ugly? Why? What happened?
It's 5-1.
It's 5-1 there. Losing. Oh, never mind. I know. It's not going to be nice when he walks through that door later tonight.
But we maybe aren't going to breakfast tomorrow. We might be going to the hockey rink for optional skate.
Does he get frustrated when that happens, or does he look at it like, okay, we lost this one, we'll get the next one?
You know
what I mean? Some people take it real personally.
Absolutely. When I first met him, he definitely was up and down a little bit more as far as like, emotions after the game. But actually when we first started dating, like that first season we were dating, they went on, I think it was like a 6 or 7 game lose streak. It was pretty aggressive. And I didn't know how to handle it because we were new and we weren't like, we communicated fine, but it's not like he was confiding in me as his new girlfriend to be like, well, I just feel like this, So I would rush home if I thought we were about to lose in the third period, rush home and bake something. Cookies, brownies. One time I made a cookie brownie. I was just like, honestly, running out of ideas. After a 7 game lose streak, you're like, what the hell can I bake anymore? Like, this is kind of getting, hey, listen, I'm not domestic. I can't make an apple pie. So we got to do whatever Betty Crocker's offering me. And we're running out of the aisle. And it was funny. After like the 6th or 7th time he came home and he said, babe, thank you. I see what you're doing for me. Stop. For the love of God, stop baking or else I'm never going to be able to play another hockey. I'm going to be so fat. Stop baking. We're never going to win another game if I keep eating these things. So after COVID, things changed quite a bit. I think things were put in perspective. He's the most level person I've ever met. And everything can be put into perspective for him. And he's always, what can he do for the last game except for take something and make it for the next? So he's just he does not harp on the past. He's very
That's really cool. Well, he's a good man. He's a good man.
He's a good man. I hope you get to meet him soon. I'll tell him you owe him or he owes you a stick.
No, you don't have to. I was only but it would look nice on that wall. I'm just saying.
Tyler probably deserves a little bit more, but yeah.
No, I love it. Erin Alvey, the wife of Filip Forsberg, Predators, but Erin is an artist. She's got a song out there. It's called End Badly. So you can, with a title like that, you can only imagine that.
Yep.
But it's good. And you know what? With a title like that, I mean, we look at our lives and yeah, that could be about anybody because we all go through those relationships. We all fall in love. It's like, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. So do something that pisses me off. So I hate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. It's got to be tumultuous or else you'll be the one that got away. We don't want that.
There you go. Erin Alvey, you've been great. Thank you so much for coming on Skip Happens tonight. If somebody wants to get a hold of your music, I mean, do you have a website or is your music available on all the platforms?
Don't go to the website. I have a Instagram. I'm pretty active on socials. So at Erin Alvey, you can find me there. And most socials I'm fairly active on. You won't catch me dancing on TikTok, but other than that, you'll find me most socials.
Well, I do want to get to a Preds game too. So when every once in a while we make a trip to Nashville.
Bring it on down. We need some good luck there, so whenever you're ready.
I'd let you know when I'm in town too. So
sounds perfect. Please do.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you. Appreciate everything about you. The little one, God, he's so adorable.
Thank you for being so accommodating with that. I was not anticipating a meltdown midway, but thank you.
A podcast.
Tell
me, what is it called?
Professionalist, and that was not my intention, but thank you.
No. It's very professional. It's called Skip Happens for a reason.
Yeah, well, you saw some skips. He probably skipped his pants. I'm gonna have to go take care of that next. So.
Well, I don't hear anybody go, what smells?
Yeah.
It's the baby.
Exactly.
And you got to sniff the back of the diaper. Never mind. Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
I'm at that point. I'm just changing the diaper. I don't even need to start looking.
Tell you what, I got, I don't know if you can see these, but I have Skip Happens podcast mugs.
Cool.
I don't know. I'd like to send a couple out to you. I don't know what's the best way, but when we get off the air here, I mean, you stay right there, and anybody else that wants one, I'm sure I could arrange for you to get a Skip Happens mug. But you know what? I want to make sure I take care of you, and thank you so much for coming on tonight. And if you're viewing this, if you're watching it live right now, you can give us a subscribe on YouTube, and also make sure you go and you like Erin Alvey. I know her Facebook. You've got a page where you can follow, and that's pretty cool. And that'll keep you up on everything that's going on. So, yeah. Well, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you soon. It's Erin Alvey, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Good night.
Good night.
You're so